I think we're going to have a little argument here because there's a COVID Bowl tomorrow.
COVID Bowl.
The Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers were supposed to be the feather in the cap of the American Thanksgiving this year. It was disrupted. It was delayed. And then it was delayed again. So what was going to be played Tuesday is now being played Wednesday. And here to talk me out of a bet on the Ravens is our good friend Don Sengstack.
Welcome. Hello, Joel. How we doing?
We're doing good. We're in the kitchen. Chef Joel firing on all cylinders. We got all sorts of chaos here.
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of chaos everywhere. I've been very excited to watch my Ravens lose to COVID and the Steelers at some point.
And I know you've been like very down on the Ravens this season, and I keep trying to talk you out of it, you know?
There's at this point, I don't know how it could get worse, so I guess it's going to go up from here, but we currently have 32 players from the opening day roster who will not be available in this game.
Oh my goodness.
32?
Yeah.
And follow-up question, is that a lot?
That is more than enough. And one of them is the reigning MVP.
Matt Stafford?
No. I know last season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stafford, right? Everyone knew those 3 wins. They won 2 times with him. They lost 10 times without him. That's the most valuables right in there. So Stafford got my vote last year, and yes, I do have a vote, and he's gotten it every single year.
Yeah, that's good, Joel. Yeah, but oh man, I didn't know it was 32. I saw a headline that they want to do a wildcat strike. Why is it called wildcat when that's what you want to do on offense? That's not a good strike name for that. That's no good.
It could. I think it could work. We'll see. Here's the thing too: is there is precedent for this game and this Ravens lineup that they're going to try out on offense. Week 17 of last year, the Ravens had locked up the #1 seed and played Pittsburgh, and they rested all of their starters. So who was the starting quarterback in that game?
RG3. Yeah.
Who was the starting running back in that game? Gus Edwards. It's going to be Gus Edwards on Tuesday. Who's the backup? Justice Hill. Going to be Justice Hill on Tuesday. And guess what the Ravens did to Pittsburgh in Week 17 last year?
Pooped on them.
28-10, Baltimore.
And here's what I'm saying. I'm saying this line might be crazy. It was at 10 before it got taken down and rescheduled again. And now, in light of the shellacking that the Broncos experienced at the hands of the Saints, and I think we could see this. If this line's over 14, I don't really see a reason not to back Baltimore because, don't get me wrong, if Willie Snead's out with COVID, I think that wide receiver group improves.
Here's the other thing, too. It's mostly on offense. As far as starters go, the COVID injuries are on offense. And the splits from that game last year that the Ravens won 28-10 when RG3 was the starting quarterback, guess how many yards he threw?
63.
He threw 98.
Okay, so under 100, not a lot of throwing. And they're going to be bleeding clock. I know their offensive line isn't to the status. Like, that's the real problem. Like, honestly, I give Lamar a pass on this entire season.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not ready. There's some people in the comments who are screaming, "Give Trace McSorley a chance," and I'm not there yet.
No,
I don't think I'll ever get there.
Why are we giving him a pass?
Because you lose one Hall of Fame offensive lineman to retirement. You lose an all-pro left tackle, the second most important position in football for the year. And you couple that with the worst receiving group in the NFL, which I think Baltimore has. I don't see a lot of things helping Lamar in this situation. Okay.
He has missed some throws and made some bad decisions. I will say that he is regressing, but I give him a pass for that. I'm not, I would be insane to give up on Lamar after one crazy, awful COVID year.
This would be an asterisk for sure if we're going to blame the offensive line. But like Donnie, as you were saying, like he's missed a lot of good throws. So if you have time and you're still doing that, I can't blame it on the offensive line, and that's on him, and that's okay. when you have such an amazing year, we see it all the time. That second year, like, oh, okay, we know how to keep him in the pocket.
Yeah.
And then we're going to like just let him beat us with his arm. And that for sure happens. And that's where he just has to get better at that.
Oh yeah. No, he does have a lot to work on, and he's got to get healthy first. Let's get him through the coronavirus.
COVID, Trump for that vaccine. You're going to get it.
Trust Fauci.
But you know what? I do think that a high-powered offense regressing year to year is almost to be expected. We saw it with the Rams and Sean McVay last year. Now we're seeing it with the Ravens and Greg Roman. It's kind of like all these bad things I think could be a blessing in disguise. I've got a couple things to help you out with. First of all, Greg Roman, I guarantee you he will be your offensive coordinator next year, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
No longer on that head coaching interview list. He's going to be in Balti with Harbaugh, enjoying that stable, well-run Baltimore organization. So that's a plus for Baltimore. And I'm buying on this franchise long-term because they develop defenders.
Yeah, we do. We develop defenders. And speaking of defenders, our defense is, for the most part, intact and will be intact for this game on Tuesday. Or Wednesday, or whenever.
Well, here's the other good thing. Maybe you want to have that offense and that defense hang out, because if this game gets canceled, it could be the best thing to happen to the Ravens. Because, Brian, do you know this?
What?
If a game that has meaningful implications cannot be played, the playoff field in both the NFC and AFC, it automatically expands to 8 teams instead of the already expanded 7.
Yes, please.
Right,
guarantees my Browns.
That's exactly where the Ravens are right now in the AFC wild card.
Yeah,
they are the 8th seed. They're on the outside looking in.
Wow. Okay.
Today,
I'm digging that. That's going to be. I feel like that's bad for them if they get that 8th spot and it actually happens, because they have to play a little bit more football.
They have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah,
probably. Wait. Joel, if that happens, does it get rid of the bye week entirely? I'm not clear on that.
I don't know the bye week implications because the plan isn't formally set up, but I imagine they would get the Chiefs in round 1. They'd take away all the byes.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't need to give the Chiefs the first one. They're weird.
I wouldn't put it past John Harbaugh, though, to break the rules in his favor. He does that. He's one of those guys who's famous for taking a safety at the end of every game. And, like, he told all 11 players to hold while the clock ran out so the game would end that one time in Cincinnati.
Right.
Like, he will do this. He's going to do this.
Harbaugh is watching right now. He's got a Google alert for Baltimore strategies. And you know what? He's mailing Lamar's tissues to Marlon Humphrey as we speak.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be interesting. If they can beat Pittsburgh, it's gonna be. I think it's just great for the conference.
Also, this is a win-win for Ravens fans in this situation, let alone if you're in my position. If the Ravens were to go out and lose, we say it's COVID, who cares? We were a shell of a team. If we go out and beat the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers with no players, oh baby, that is for an eternity.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
And why do we bet? We bet to make money, sure, but at the end of the day, we're betting for fun. And the Ravens in this game is, in my view, one of the most fun bets on the NFL calendar thus far.